Hello everyone, welcome to this session on leadership. And in this session, we'll be discussing about leadership, leader, functions, and types of leaders. It is true that great leaders are born, but the research has shown that people can also be trained to become effective leaders. Leadership is an art of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. The word leadership can bring to your mind a variety of images when you think about leaders or the term leadership, a political leader pursuing a passionate or a personal cause, an explorer cutting a path through the jungle for the rest of his group to follow, an executive developing her company's strategy to beat the competition, whatnot, your own class representatives. Anything can be come to your mind. Leaders help themselves and others to do the right things. They set direction, build on inspiring vision, and create something new. Leadership is all about mapping out where you need to go to win as a team or as an organization. And that's why leadership is considered to be a very dynamic, exciting, and inspiring process. So, today we'll be discussing more about leadership. The word leader comes from lord, which means the course or path of a ship at sea. In ancient times, it was believed that the captain of a ship is considered to be a leader because he not only steers the ship but also navigates the ship. So he is the one who can inspire, persuade, influence, motivate, and spearhead relevant changes. A leader is a person who starts the work by communicating with his subordinates from where the actual work starts. You must have observed in your day to day life that many leaders are born. Some are trained and some are not yet ready to be a good leader. In the course of meantime, we have seen lot of leaders in front of us who are very successful in their careers and who are yet to make a significant remark in the community. Effective leaders, however, possess a unique biochemical mixture of hormones and brain chemistry that helps them to build social alliance and cope with stress. A leader is a person who has been spontaneously considered or chosen as being influential to a group. Persons who are selected by the people because of their special interest or fitness or their motivating capacity on some phases of the programs can be considered as a leader. And leadership is a process of interaction and interplay between leader and the followers. So, leadership is the process of influencing the behavior of individuals. It is the ability to influence, guide, and direct towards achievement of goals. So, we can call leadership as a process of mutual stimulation because it should happen between the leader and the followers. Leadership means it is a direct face to face contact between the leaders and the followers. That is why it is also called as a personal social contact. And the one of the very interesting definitions for a leadership is that it is a process through which a member of the group influences other group members towards attaining a common goal. So, I repeat, leadership is a process through which a member of a group influences the other members of the group towards attaining a common goal. Now, let's see the functions of a leader. A leader is an executive, a planner, an expert. He is the voice of the group, who is the symbol of a group, a decision maker, and a policy maker. So all these things combines together to form a good leader. Now let's have a discussion on the types of leaders. See, each leader exhibits a different behavioral pattern when he works with his community or with his followers or with his people. These patterns or behavioral changes vary from person to person, and we call them as the types or classics. A good leader gets the right things done at the right time. So, maintaining balance between the resources like people, mechanics, machines, money, material, time, in order to achieve a common goal is very important for whatever be the type of the leader. Therefore, the styles and types of leaders are also given due importance and recognition in the society. A leadership style is a manner and approach of providing direction, implementing plans, and motivating the people. Leadership means different things to different people around the world. It varies from situation to situation, geography to geography, and on groups. Whatever be the type of leadership, the fundamental role of a leader is to create an inspiring vision of the future. He motivates and inspires people to engage with that vision. He manages the delivery of the vision. She coaches and builds a team so that it will become more effective at achieving that particular vision. So, based on all these facts which I have discussed, we have different types of leaders. Based on the style, leaders are classified into three: democratic leaders, autocratic leaders, and laissez faire leaders. Based on the nature of work, leaders are classified into formal leaders and informal leaders. Based on the training they have received, they are classified into professional leaders and voluntary leaders. And based on the area of their operation or work, leaders are again classified into political leaders, religious leaders, social leaders, academic leaders, and cultural leaders. Based on the approach, leaders are again classified into traditional and progressive leaders. Now let's have a detailed look into one by one. So, democratic leaders are also known as participative leader. These leaders often guidance to group members. They also participate in the group decision and allow the members to provide their input. So, these leaders believe that the contribution of the members is also very important when you do a teamwork. They tend to make followers feel like they are an important part of the team, which helps in bringing growth and development to a team. So, we have very good classic examples for democratic leaders in our society. Uh, our former prime ministers like Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Sri Lankan Prime Minister Sirimavu Bandaranaike, the US President are all some of the very good classic examples of democratic leaders. They encourage their members to express their ideas and feelings because they believe, as I said earlier, that greater productivity and creativity comes from people's participation or group teamwork. In case of their or in course of their action, if they feel that there is some sort of unhappiness or conflict or difference in opinion, they seek the help of the members to solve that situation or to solve that problem. So they always encourage joint decision making, and shared goal setting. They also believe that to be effective in a group, we need a group of committed individuals who can work together and have a greater potential when the same work has been done as a group. So, democratic or participative leaders are classic examples of leaders who believe in groups. Another version of leaders are the authoritarian or the autocratic leader. The very good example of an autocratic leader is Hitler, given that they believe to give the powers to take decision. They are dominating and aggressive, and they do not listen to the views of the subordinate. They are more or less like business like task oriented attitude. They are very powerful, strong, dominative, and aggressive. They maintain distance from the subordinates and don't like them to get closer with each other. Here, the leader is given the power to take decisions based solely on him or her, because these type of leaders believe that only the leader have the authority or the power to take decisions. Authoritarian leaders are good for employers that need close supervision to do a particular work, but it tends to create dysfunctional and even hostile environments when they take rough decisions without hearing the voice of the group. Authoritarian leaders are good at times when there is a need for an emergency situation or, or an urgent situation which demands quick decisions, and where the leader is the most knowledgeable member of the group. So, in short, authoritarian leadership is more or less opposite to democratic leadership that we discussed earlier. The third one is the laissez-faire or the delegating leaders. The very good example of the laissez-faire leadership is Warren Buffett. You must be knowing about him, the famous American investor or the business tycoon is the most successful investors in the world, and that made him the world's fourth wealthiest person. So these type of leaders are non-authoritarian persons, where the leaders try to give the least possible guidance to the subordinates and achieve control through less obvious means. They believe that people would excel if they are left alone to work, and they doesn't need any type of support, only they give information when asked for. So here the participation of the leader is very minimal, unlike the other two groups, and the leader provides the tools and resources needed, and the group members are expected to solve the problems by their own. Leader will give information only when he or she is asked for that particular thing. Till that time, no attempt will be made by the leader to regulate or to ensure the flow of continuation. So complete freedom is given to the group members to decide and take action. So this type of leadership, usually it is believed that it is not productive, but there are a lot of success stories across the globe to demonstrate the effectiveness of laissez-faire leaders, because the group members have a belief in themselves, and it that consciousness themselves makes them more confident and motivating to do a particular task. Another classification of leadership is the professional leaders. Professional leaders are leaders who are trained to develop or refine skills related to a specific field. These leaders come from different industries. They possess strong skills and conduct themselves in a manner that supports the people in their organization. They helps to grow and maximize their effectiveness among the group. So, one of the very highlighting or emphasizing characteristics of these professional leaders is that they excel in all areas of work. They provide a motivating environment to their subordinates, and they have very clear vision and direction and enthusiasm. And they also never fail to communicate properly as well. So they clearly communicate their ideas and beliefs to their subordinates. This will help the team to work smoothly and also help the team members to develop an ability to cope up with the demands and visions of the leader. So they more or less focus on providing complementary skills to the subordinates, like make them believe themselves, creating a strong self-image, enthusiasm, treating people respectfully, embracing the differences, being honest in the opinion, showing integrity, involving the people in the decision making process, considering the decisions and suggestions of the co-members, etc. So professional leaders always excel in their areas of work. That is why we are having very good examples of professional leaders like the Indra Nooyi of PepsiCo, then Narayan Murthy of Infosys, Steve Jobs of Apple are classic examples of professional leaders. Next is the lay leaders. The lay leaders are the local leaders who are appointed voluntarily by an officer or a supervisor or a community to serve for a particular period of time to meet the needs of the people or a particular target population. So it can be religious leaders. Their responsibility depends upon the demands or situation or need of that particular community. Whatever it may be, the primary task of a lay leader is to connect people. So, if you take the example of a priest in a church who is considered to be the leader, his important role is to connect the followers or the religious worshippers and provide crucial insights into their community needs. So the responsibility of a lay leader, as I mentioned earlier, depends upon the demands of a situation or needs. Before moving on to other types of leadership, let's see some of the essential qualities of a leader. A good leader must be a good communicator, a good motivator, and a good leader should have positivity, creativity, and should have a willingness to accept the feedback. And a good leader should have the desire and ability to work in a team. He or she must be courageous, confident, compassionate, empathetic, flexible, honest, and confident. Many studies have proved that six qualities make an excellent leader and leadership skills. They are honesty and integrity, the clarity in vision, inspiring, impeccable trust, excellent relationship building, and wonderful communication. So I repeat, the proven qualities of an excellent leader or the leadership skills are considered to be honesty and integrity, clarity in vision, inspiring or inspirational, impeccable trust, excellent relationship building, wonderful communication. If you have or if you believe that you have all these qualities, trust me, you are a good leader. And 14 points that are very important to become a great leader by many studies are: a good leader should be open, should keep the promises and keep the word, act responsibly, and they should be accountable, optimistic, have good morale, enthusiastic, speak directly and clearly, no backstabs, maintain good connection with the co-members, be authentic, being succinct, focus on your vision, and good delegation. Leaders build vision and they set direction. Leader is a person who starts a work by communicating the policies and programs and plans to the subordinates from where they belong to work, and the real activity of work starts from there. Leadership is a process of influencing the behavior of the individuals. It is the ability or the guidance and direction towards achievement of common goals. Leaders at all levels in our life plays a pivotal role in the community development. Leaders often evolve with time, situation, and context. They are considered to be the agents of change or the change agents who act as a catalyst in providing instrumental causes in bringing desirable changes for the community. In a developing country like India, leaders assume greater responsibility as development is totally dependent on good leadership. Thank you.